Hi, I'm Mindy. We're going on a mission to find and photograph special things on our Earth. Come on, let's go. Use the arrow buttons to move me back and forth. Tap the jump button to make me jump. Hold down the jump button to make me float. I've got my anti-gravity bracelet, so I can float up high, but it only lasts for a short time. I'm flying! This is my robot friend, Jet 2. He's here to help. Let's go! Sunspot is taking photographs to send to our friends on Bortron 7. Excelsior! Tap the Observe button in the top corner. It looks like a magnifying glass. I can find interesting features when I observe or stop and notice the things around me. This looks interesting. Tap on this button for me to look at this more closely. A cherry tree! Look at those beautiful pink flowers. Some cherry trees grow delicious fruits we can eat. Yum! Now that we have photos, we need to find Jet 2 so he can send it to Bortron 7. Jet 2 will send the photo to Bortron 7 to show them what planet Earth is like. Okay, glad you're here. Let's take 3 photos of plants around my neighborhood. Come on, let's go! Great job! You found one kind of plant. Can you locate any other leafy plants? You noticed tulips. These are colorful flowers that grow back every year. You found 2 kinds of plants. What do you notice is the same about them? Can you find another plant that has leaves? You discovered strawberries on a strawberry plant. I've noticed these red fruits have seeds on the outside. Delicious. Great work! You noticed 3 different types of plants. Do you remember which one had fruit with the seeds on the outside? The folks on Bortron 7 will be super impressed by Earth's leafy green living things. Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2 so we can send them to Bortron 7. Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth. I'm ready for our next adventure! Let's take photos of sand and dirt. They're Earth materials, non-living things we find in nature. Let's go find another kind of Earth material. That looks like sand! I've seen those crushed up rocks and seashells at the beach. Good start! You found 1 important Earth material. Can you locate 2 more? Watch out! That looks messy. You found dirt! Dirt is made up of tiny bits of materials left behind by animals and plants. You found 2 Earth materials. Can you locate another kind of Earth material? is not alive, but it's needed every day by living things on Earth. Great job! You discovered 3 different kinds of Earth materials. Do you remember which one was made up of crushed rocks and seashells? Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7. Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth. I'm ready for our next adventure! Jet is here to help. You can choose to play with Jet, or me, by tapping on our photos.
Hi, I'm Jet, and I'm here to help.
Yay! Now Jet's here too! He can stretch out his Bortronian arms to reach much farther than I can. He also brought us binoculars to get a closer look at things.
My stretchy arms can grab things that are far away. Use my arm stretch to reach that block. Tap this button to use my arm stretch ability.
Switch to Jet.
Use my arm stretch to pull me up. Tap the binoculars button if you want to look at something that's far away. Sometimes interesting features can be seen more clearly with the help of a scientific tool. Tap the arrows to look around with the binoculars. You discovered a volcano. It's a cone-shaped mountain, and sometimes hot lava flows out of it.
Now that we have photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send it to Bortron 7.
I'm ready for our next adventure!
Hey! Jet can play too now. Let's use his binoculars to look out over Earth. Do you see any interesting land features, like a hill or a mountain?
Excellent! You located one interesting landform. Can you find 2 others? You found a canyon. Canyons are deep and sometimes have a river or stream flowing through them. You took photos of 2 interesting landforms. Can you find one more? You noticed an island, a piece of land surrounded completely by water.
Good work! You noticed 3 unique types of landforms. Do you remember which type is surrounded by water? Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7.
Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think my friends on Bortron 7 will really be impressed with planet Earth. I'm ready for our next adventure!
This time, let's find and take 3 photos of water in different forms. Look for water as a solid or a liquid.
discovered rain. Rain is small droplets of water that fall down to the Earth's surface from clouds.
Nice! That's one type of water. Can you notice any other types of water? A stream is moving liquid water, like a river, but it's not as big. Great work! You located 2 different bodies of water. There's one more to go. Keep looking. When water gets cold enough, it becomes hard and solid. Good job! You found 3 different forms of water. Are there any other things you can think of? Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7. Yuck! Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth. I'm ready for our next adventure!
Rocks are awesome Earth materials. Let's find and take photos of 3 interesting rocks. Backwards a little bit so that I have room to use my stretchy arm power. We discovered a boulder, a huge rock that is usually too big for someone to move. Keep going! You found one type of interesting rock. I bet if you look hard, you can identify 2 more.
rough sides or sharp edges.
Good job! You found 2 cool rocks. Now, can you find another? Phew!
You noticed a crystal. Look at all the interesting flat surfaces the crystal has. This mineral crystal looks like ice, but it doesn't feel as cold.
Wow! My friends on Bortron 7 will love learning about Earth rocks.
Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7. Yuck! 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 Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth.
I'm ready for our next adventure!
Animals live in many different places, like the desert. Help me find 3 desert animals and take their photo. I wonder how they can live where it's so hot. You found a kangaroo rat! It burrows holes in the ground to create a cool home in the hot desert.
Great job! You located an animal that can live in some harsh environments. Can you spot 2 more earthy animals?
Aww, you discovered an adorable rabbit. It uses its long ears to help it cool down in the hot desert.
Nice! You discovered 2 animals that live in the desert. Can you find 1 more? on a cactus. This cactus is a flowering, prickly plant that can live in dry places, like the desert.
Wow! You found 3 animals who can survive in a desert environment. The Bortronians are going to be so impressed. Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7. Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth. I'm ready for our next adventure!
Sometimes plants and animals need each other to survive. Let's take 3 photos that show how plants and animals depend on each other.
Tree with bees buzzing around it. Those bees are super important for the apple trees because they bring pollen to the trees so we can grow apples.
Nice! You found 1 animal that depends on their surroundings to find food to eat. Can you find 2 more?
discovered a western gray squirrel. That's a small animal that loves to eat nuts. Squirrels also are great climbers.
Great! You discovered 2 animals that found food in the world around them. Can you find one more? Move me backwards a little bit so that I have room to use my stretchy arm power. Found a great blue heron, a large bird that lives near lakes and ponds and other kinds of water. Neato! You noticed 3 types of animals that depend on the world around them to live. Do you know any other ways that animals depend on the world around them?
Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7.
Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think my friends on Bortron 7 will really be impressed with planet Earth. I'm ready for our next adventure!
Let's find places where animals live. Take photos of 3 animal habitats.
Noticed a nest. That's a place where a bird lays its eggs to keep them safe before they hatch. Good job! Can you find 2 more animals in their natural habitat?
Pets are small furry animals who live in the woods where they can hide. You located 2 animals in their homes. Can you find one more hanging out in its home? Look around! You discovered a frog, an animal that lives near fresh water.
So cool! You discovered 3 different habitats where animals live here on Earth. Do you know any other places animals live?
Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7. Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth. I'm ready for our next adventure!
Weather on Earth changes every day. Let's snap 3 photos that show different kinds of weather on Earth.
I see something far away. Switch to Jet to try the binoculars.
You found a thunderstorm. During a thunderstorm, you can usually hear thunder and see lightning together with lots of heavy rain. Awesome! You found one important type of weather. Can you find two more?
You discovered fog! Fog is a thick cloud of water droplets that stays close to the ground. You discovered 2 different weather types. Can you find one more? Some beautiful wind chimes. We can't see the wind, but we can hear it when it pushes the wind chime to make its pretty tinkling sound.
Wow! You noticed 3 different types of weather here on Earth. Is there any other kind of weather you can think of?
Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7. Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth.
I'm ready for our next adventure!
Lots of places on Earth have different seasons with different temperatures and weather. Let's take photos that show what happens when the seasons change from hot summer to colder fall and winter. discovered changing leaves. As the seasons change, plants also change to get ready for colder temperatures and changes in the water supply. Good! You found one interesting way the Earth changes when the seasons change. Can you find two more?
Birds that are migrating. When the seasons change and it gets colder, some animals, like birds, move to new places. They go where it's warmer and they can find food.
You uncovered two ways things change on Earth with the seasons. Can you find one more? You discovered pumpkins. They're large, edible orange fruits that grow on lawn vines. We pick pumpkins in the fall. Phew! You found 3 different things that happen on Earth when the seasons change. Can you think of any other signs that the seasons are changing? Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2, so we can send them to Bortron 7. Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth. I'm ready for our next adventure!
Your Earth is a really special and amazing planet. Let's take 3 photos of people taking care of the Earth.
You found recycling bins. That's where people put bottles and cans so they can be made into something new. That way, they don't turn into garbage. Nice job! You discovered one special way people take care of the earth. Can you find two more? You discovered a rain barrel. We can use them to collect rainwater that people can reuse to water their plants. Cool! You discovered two important ways humans can help take care of the earth. Can you find just one more? Found a new tree being planted in the ground. That tree will grow and provide animals and people with oxygen to breathe and fruits to eat. So awesome! You discovered 3 different ways the earthies help the environment. Can you think of any other things we can do to save the earth? Now that we have all 3 photos, we need to find Jet 2 so we can send them to Bortron 7. Great work! We've taken 3 photos. I think the Bortronians will be really impressed with planet Earth. We have collected all of the photos to show Jet's friends on Bortron 7. Do you think you can find all the stars on each level?